If you're looking for ways to cut down on your content creation time and fill up your content calendar without having to create new posts all the time, you're gonna love today's episode. I'm gonna show you how to use the content bank strategy to start creating a ton of content, fill up your content calendar without having to create new posts all the time. Let's get into it. What is up, familia? So the concept of a content bank is something I've been using for 10 plus years, since the days where I had a social media management agency. And since then, I've helped thousands, over 30,000 entrepreneurs, creators, small business owners implement this exact system that I'm about to show you. So I'm gonna go over to Trello and show you my content bank board. Of course, if you've been following the channel, you know that I'm a Trello fan, and I especially love it for managing all things content. And as you can see here, our content bank is organized by social media channels. And yes, there's two Instagrams here because we have two different Instagram accounts, just so you know. And we have Pinterest and Facebook posts and tweets and more things, original thoughts and quotes. And so I just want to show you why this matters. So if you are looking at our board here, you may notice that our posts are saved to this Trello content bank automatically. The reason why I love this system is because I can scroll back and look at content that maybe did really well on my Instagram account or on my Facebook page or on Pinterest and repost that content maybe 90 days later, right? Maybe 6 months later, if it's still something that is relevant. And I love the ability of having small places in my content calendar where I can be effective and strategic about reposting the same content that I created on a different platform or that did well in the past. So for example, right, we are on Threads. And one of the things I can do is take some of my tweets that I have here from, when I was very active on Twitter and try testing some of the evergreen, posts or tweets that did well or that were just content that's still relevant, and just go back there and post it on Threads. I could do the same here with Facebook. I could take some Facebook posts and see if they'll do well maybe as Instagram posts and vice versa, and have just a record of everything that I've been posting so that I can recycle and reuse it. Now, when you open up here, you can see the date that it was published, a description here. This is the actual caption with a link to the original post, which is pretty awesome if I want to reference how well that post did, as well as an attachment of the media, right? The image that I was able to post. Now, one thing to note, I still haven't figured out exactly how to save Reels, but we can do the automatic update for all the other posts that are more like photo or text-based, and that's really, really awesome. So to set up this content bank, you have one of two options. You can go ahead and just do it manually, which is how I started in the beginning. I just had a bunch of posts that I was loading into my content calendar, and I just saved a copy of all of them onto a Trello board. And that is all that I did. I did not, do all of this at once. It was a process. The other thing you can do is you can actually create some posts ahead of time. So you'll see here on the far right, we have original thoughts, quotes, lead magnet, copy, and assets, so that when we're doing promotional posts, we have pre-written some of our content. So for example, when I'm, sharing my Facebook ads swipe file lead magnet, I have a bunch of different post captions that I can use, and I can, say different things about the same specific lead magnet and play with the copy. So I have options. This is also amazing if you're working with a virtual assistant or you hope to outsource some of your content to a virtual assistant or a social media manager, because you can really just have like your own words in the copy and it doesn't feel robotic or weird. Now, that's the first option, right? It's just manually doing it ahead of time. I have promos for all our different products, as well as podcasts, questions and prompts, and all the webinars and repurposable copy, lots of things. Our email subject line bank, so lots of things happening over here in the content bank. The other option is to have it all synced up automatically. And I'm going to show you quickly how to get that done. Although it is quite techy. And if you want it done for you, definitely check out our content calendar system course. If you're part of that, there's an entire advanced training as a bonus that doesn't just give you this exact content bank template for you to use. It also gives you all of the Zapier recipes so that you can link up your social media accounts with Trello and have those posts saved automatically. So the tool we're using is what I'm talking about, right? Zapier here. And what you want to do is you want to search for the app. You want to say, okay, so I want to connect my Instagram account, right? Let's say Instagram right here, with Trello, or you could use this on ClickUp, you could do this on Asana, you could use this on Monday, Airtable, whatever, whatever tool you're using, Notion, it will work. It just will take a little bit of fiddling. Again, it's quite techy, so I don't want to overwhelm you, but I do want to give you at least a starting path. So when this happens and you want to select a trigger, new social media post in your account, then do this. Add attachment to the card, add checklist to the card, add label, add member to the cart, etc., etc. So I want to select create card. And from there, I want to try it out and see if it's actually going to work. Of course, I already have my Instagram account and my Trello account connected to Zapier, and that's going to be the first step if you don't have a Zapier account that's kind of ready to go for this. Okay, so this is a trigger. It's saying, hey, there might be something wrong with this. Let's reconnect the account because the authorization has expired. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and come back. All right, fam. So this is where it gets quite techy. I have gone ahead and connected my Instagram account to my Zapier, refreshed that and tested that the connection is working. And then from here, we're just going to select the test specifically. It's saying, hey, let us know if we can just make sure that the latest record is correct, and it is. So we're good to go. Now I'm going to choose the board that I want to actually send this card to whenever my Instagram post is published. And I'm going to go here and just go to Content Bank. Just do a quick search. I have one for my husband's account. I have one here for me. So we're going to do that. Then I'm going to say, okay, make sure that it's on the Instagram list. And then the name of the card can be one of these fields. Again, a little techy, but it does work. So I want to set up the actual timestamp as the name. You can choose whatever you'd like. And then in the description, I'm going to insert the caption and the media URL, as well as you can select whether you want the permalink. I'm not going to use a username. You can have a thumbnail URL if that's helpful. You could have media type if it's a video there too. I don't know why this is popping up, but that's where I'm going to set mine up. And then I'm going to have, do I want to add a label or not? In this case, I don't. And let's just clear this. And you can move into the card positions. I want mine to show up at the top because I want my latest post to show up at the top on Trello. If there's a due date, file attachments, I'm going to select here the media URL. You can also try out either thumbnail URL or media type. So that's something to play with. This, just letting you know, you're going to have to play with it. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it doesn't. Got to fiddle with it a little bit. But that's kind of where we're at. Do you want to give a checklist name? I do not, because I don't want to add a checklist. But if you wanted to, you could. Then we're going to hit continue. And from here, we're going to do a test action. So it's going to pull some of this data. It's going to send it to my card. And it said, hey, we sent it to Trello about 2 seconds ago. Go check it out. I'm going to go check it out. I'm back here on my Trello content bank, and you can see the card is here, right? It's not perfect. It's not formatted how necessarily I would want it to be formatted because I'm not using the actual recipes that we have set up, but it is working. And so you want to play around with this. Again, a little bit techy, but it's something that you can set up. So I'm going to hit publish. And then from here, you can connect the rest of your social media accounts, or you can actually set up more advanced triggers, more advanced automations. If you are a techie person, this is something that you could try out. So one of the things that you guys have shared with me is that you would love to be able to plan your content on something like Trello and then be able to automatically schedule that post into your favorite scheduling tool, whether that's Buffer or CoSchedule or Hootsuite or whatever tool that you're using. We love using CoSchedule. We're still using CoSchedule and it's awesome. So for us, we've been able to actually select a label on the Trello card and set up a trigger that actually, whenever we put that label on the card, it automatically sends it over to CoSchedule. And that's such an amazing feature. Again, if you want to have that done for you, check out the Content Calendar Playbook as well as a Content Calendar System. There's an entire tutorial that's more advanced, plus you have the recipe. So it's literally just copy and insert it into Zapier, connect your accounts, and you are good to go. So I just wanted to let you know what is possible, and I would love to hear from you in the comments section below. Let me know, what would you like to learn next? Is this something that you're going to try in your business? A content bank to help you actually create content a little bit faster, help you save some of the posts that you're already putting so much energy and effort into, help you cross promote your content from one social platform to the other. Would love to hear your thoughts on this process and what you would like for me to walk you through next. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It does go such a long way for supporting the channel and helping us get these videos out into the world. And hey, if you're watching this and you are not subscribed, like most of you are who watch our channel, we know from analytics, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Again, it really does help us. We love you. And hey, one last thing, if you want access to our content calendar template, it's a totally free resource that'll be linked below in the description of this episode, because we have so much more for you in store. We love you, and we will see you on the next one. Un beso. Bye for now.